What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Anthony Joshua, Shelly Finkel, and Deontay Wilder. You know, Anthony Joshua now has been warned not to intervene in the Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder Trilogy fight. Of course, we know Anthony Joshua is trying to throw a curveball in there to try to get a fight in between the trilogy, okay? We both know that these guys in their contract, Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, if whoever wins or loses, they can get a rematch, a rubber match after that. Joshua's plans are to bum rush the party. You know, cut that off. Get a fight in between those guys. And according to Shelly Finkel, Shelly Finkel has told people, or has told WBA or World Boxing News, that he doesn't know what Anthony Joshua was talking about. They are not accepting offers. And Deontay Wilder's primary focus is on Tyson Fury and Tyson Fury only. Okay? And this is what I say to this. Shelly Finkel, because we can look at this two different ways. Okay, there's two ways we can look at it. If you were looking and if your objective was to see a Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua fight, this would piss you off. It would. Because this further prolongs the progress of that fight. These guys keep grab-assing each other. You're going to see another fight that by the end of this fight, when this fight is done and is over and done with, whoever wins, more than likely you're not going to want to see a third fight. Why? You know, and it's really up to who loses and how they feel about the loss. That's what you look at. Okay? With Joshua wanting to fight the winner or the loser, or should I say, he wants to fight both, but he's interested in solidifying a deal with whoever the winner is. Like the next person fights him, he'll offer him some money. According to Shelly Finkel, they're not accepting anything. Now, you can look at that and look at the reasoning behind Shelly Finkel saying what he's saying. Is because people forget that Joshua was so worried about Deontay Wilder fighting Deontay and getting him in for undisputed that he took his eyes off the balls. He looked through his opponent, therefore he looked over his opponent. Okay? He looked over his opponent, and Andy Ruiz upset him. Maybe Shelly Finkel is trying to keep Deontay focused by not throwing anything in his face, by not bombarding him with another offer from someone else where he already has a fight coming up on top of another offer to another third fight. They could do that. You know, maybe he wants to keep his fighter focused on Tyson Fury. Maybe they know Tyson Fury is more difficult. Maybe they fear that he's in better shape. Regardless of what Wilder says, hey, he believes that he's 100% when he fought him the first time. Well, if he's 100%, that means that you still have a problem because you could knock this guy out and you received a draw. The first mark on your record that wasn't a win. So maybe that's why Shelly Finkel was thinking that way. Maybe he said that. Or maybe, you know, this is the same shit that we've been seeing the whole time through. Because remember when he had his first fight with with Tyson Fury, these guys fought. They were not even accepting offers. They wouldn't even respond to the offers. They were pulling the normal PBC mumbo jumbo, right? That's protocol. Get an offer, don't respond to the offer. You know what I mean? And it's like, in return, I never got an offer. But it could be one or the other. You know, so it depends on how you look at it. So if you were a guy and you were a Wilder fan, you could say, hey, man, he's just focused on his opponent. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with him being focused on Fury. Because as far as the argument would be, okay, Joshua, you know, the same thing happened to Joshua, the same thing could happen to Deontay Wilder. He could take his eye off the ball, fight someone that's really not known for a big puncher, and get beat. Why? Because he's worried about Tyson Fury and when he beats Tyson Fury. But let's counterpunch that. Deontay Wilder has already spoken of Joshua many, many times. So isn't it fair to say, well, maybe he's already took his eye off Fury, saying, I'm going to knock him out, and I'm sure I'm going to do this because I've spoke it, and I believed it, and now, therefore, I'm going to receive it? Maybe he spoke it too soon, right? Maybe he don't believe it, or maybe he believes it too much. I don't know, right? But the question is, will he receive it? So, but you don't know. I mean, he maybe he'd already took his eye off the ball, because that's all he spoke of when he was promoting the first Fury fight. And he's really doing the same thing. Okay? He's really saying the same things and, talking about Joshua and, those things. Joshua's trying to constantly get a fight with him. Okay? Nothing has really changed from 2018 to the beginning of 2020. Joshua got a loss, right? Joshua got those belts back. That's the only difference. But Deontay Wilder, as far as I'm concerned, well, maybe that was the problem. Maybe he wasn't focused on Fury. Maybe because he looked at Fury like, hey, it's a soft touch. I got another name on my resume, just like I got Ortiz. I took Ortiz's O. I'm going to take Tyson Fury's O. Maybe he was thinking that way because he was figuring, oh, this is going to be an easy pick'ems. And it wasn't what he thought it was going to be. So maybe Shelly Finkel knows that. Maybe they was like, okay, you really need to get focused on Fury. He might come to knock you out. And again, Tyson Fury says he's coming to knock out Deontay Wilder. So Deontay Wilder, might have a fight. He might not have a guy that's floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. You know what I mean? He might have a guy that's coming at him to see to be all he can be. So maybe that's the reason. But to me, counterpunching the whole thing after we've analyzed both sides, it all falls down on Shelly Finkel. Because at the end of the day, once again, he's not accepting offers. And this goes back to some deep-rooted shit he had with the Hearns, or the Hearnses, right? And his relationship with them. And I think that's what that is. Because how is Shelly Finkel going to know if Deontay Wilder's 100% focused on Fury? You know what I mean? So you can call it what you want, but it's just another person that is once again prolonging a potential fight, or the potential biggest fight that we can have this year, and that's Wilder and Joshua. That's if Wilder gets past Fury. Because if he gets past Fury, okay, that's a wrap. Fury can try to make amends, but if Fury gets knocked out cold, by Deontay Wilder, and he doesn't beat the count, okay, whatever. He might try to make amends and try to fight again, but then again, we already know. And then we'll see. Hopefully Deontay Wilder will be satisfied with that knockout win this time. He'll have enough confidence to move on. And then we can see where his energy level is for making a potential Joshua fight. Okay? But Shelly Finkel's saying the same things he said before, so does that really matter? You know what I mean? Is he a part of the problem, or is he part of the solution? And based on what we've seen, he's part of the problem. He could be negotiating a fight with Joshua at the same time Deontay Wilder's planning to fight Fury. They don't have to focus too much on a third fight with Fury as opposed to Joshua. So that only leads me to believe that, okay, you don't want to do business with Anthony Joshua, but for what reason? See, there's a lot of question marks that pop up when Shelly Finkel, which is a manager of Deontay Wilder, always has something to say counterproductive when it comes to making a Joshua fight. You see what I'm saying? That's what bothers me personally with Shelly Finkel. Now, we've made excuses or reasons why he could possibly say that about Deontay Wilder, but nobody can control Deontay's mouth but Deontay. And so if he was hell bent on focusing on Tyson Fury, he wouldn't be talking about Joshua so much as opposed to Shelly Finkel. Both of these guys are really saying two different things. Deontay Wilder, to let him tell it, hey, have that same energy when I knock out Fury. Right? Shelly Finkel, well, we ain't going to do and talk about anything until that fight's over. Right? Until we get the win, then we'll consider it. But Deontay's already speaking of that fight. He's already, mentioning Anthony Joshua like he normally does. So they're talking two different things, so they're not in sync. So all we're hearing that the manager that handles all the paperwork and the business on the business side is not interested in fighting or any kind of offers from Team Joshua at this point of time. And my question is why? Maybe you guys can tell me what's up with that. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunched. Peace.